Hello, everybody. It's Alessandro from Innovate with Impact, hashtag small relief. I'm here today with Anand. Hey, Anand.
Hi, Alessandra. How are you?
So nice to see you again.
Yeah, it's same. Absolutely same here.
So Anand and I got to meet through the Innosuisse network, for which I'm going to be eternally grateful. But before we get started, would you mind quickly introducing yourself?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Anand Pareek. I am in Switzerland since 2006. And I think one of the reasons we are talking is that, we've been working together through Innosuisse platform for last 2 years. And the reason was that I founded the company salesbee in Zurich in 2017. And we've had this amazing last 2 3 years, building the company. We got a lot of support from Innosuisse and specifically from you, Alessandro. I think all the discussions were absolutely fantastic. And I'm very happy to say that December last year we started talking about an M&A, and we very successfully sold our company to a company called as Pete, which is an AI company in the field of agritech. So it's a very large agritech company with 10 million downloads, and we're absolutely delighted to say that we have kind of partially exited Sainsbury by giving our B2B technology to them. So that's what we've done so far.
I mean, we don't have enough time for all this, but I'm extremely, happy and proud of you and happy for you. And I think it's amazing what you have accomplished in such a short amount of time. And it's been definitely very insightful and great working with you. So um, maybe we can talk a little bit more about your business. So how has this affected, how's the Corona situation affected your business, and what are some of, did you have to make any changes, or has it affected, the venture capital deals? Were there any, any issues there as you went through this entire process?
Yeah, so see, actually, we started already in 17. We raised a small seed in 18. We again raised a partial round in 19. And then, Q4, Q1 2020, we did a partial exit. So, in a sense, from the funding point of view, it has not impacted us a lot because, we've had a transaction. Uh, but I think that the curve is going to be like an inverse U curve for any of the digital companies, which means that in short term there'll be a lot of challenges. So if you are trying to reach out to the customers, customers are overly cautious. If you are trying to reach out to investors, whether they are like VCs or individual investors, I think everyone is in kind of wait and watch mode, and I think it is going to be like that till there is more clarity on vaccine and other things, how the problem is getting solved. But I think then there will be a rebound, and that rebound I expect it to be much bigger because a lot of organizations we have worked with, we found it was a little bit of a push or a hard work to convince people, especially at the tail end of the market, to go and digitize. I feel that now when we go back again and try to do the same thing, I think half the pitch is already done because people realized during the time of the entire epidemic that how important it is to automate the business, how important it is to digitize business. So I think most of the entrepreneurs, I would say that stick to cash. It is an inverse U curve, which might last about 6 to 18 months. So try to preserve cash, be a little bit persistent, perseverance. So I think that's what I can suggest. But yeah, let's see how it pans out.
Okay. What are your, I mean, this is definitely really great advice. And, we have to be cautious, right? We have to understand what's going to happen and how the market is going to evolve. And at the same time, I personally think it's a great period to reinvent yourself, or, face certain challenges, and also take the time to come up maybe potentially with new ideas. What does the future hold for your company now that you have gone through this entire process?
Yeah, I think what you said is, essentially that's if you look at any large tech, any medium tech, any local success story in the startup world, I think companies start with an idea and they pivot, right? And in a normal scenario, it's difficult, but I think given the situation that things are at standstill, I think it's a very good opportunity to look back and see what we are trying to do. I always say that in the startup world, most important thing is the team and the product. So what you're building, it's like a 101 of startup, right? What you're building, how much is it needed? Is your product really adding enough value by, digitizing or automating? How is it competing with the existing environment? So I think this is a very good time to look back at those things. If you have to do any adjustments in the team, like for example, if you're lacking a skill, if you're lacking, if you want to build something new, then this is a good time, because I'm assuming that there'll be a little bit of churn on the talent side as well. So, maybe there's a little bit more availability of talent. There's a little bit more availability of time. But, on the other hand, capital is going to be a little bit of a problem. So I think my suggestion is saying that, try to revalidate your business model, speak to customers. Maybe customers have more free time right now, so it's a good time to do cold calls, or even customer experience calls. Right now people are happy to jump on a video call. So I think those things in this time can really help.
It's definitely, all the points that you're bringing up are super essential, and it's definitely a time of opportunity, and making sure that you're seizing the moment to actually go out there. And you said it perfectly, going out there, talking to customers, looking for that personal interaction, and really also making sure that all your partners are with you, and if they're not, that you can help them out, right? So what I have seen very often in these past calls and the interviews that I have done is that this common denominator, that the startups that are being successful in this particular time are actually the ones that are most worried about their partners and most worried about their clients, and really doing everything they can to reach out. The ones that are struggling the most are the ones that are kind of like taking a step back and just looking at the situation and tell themselves, okay, we just have to wait and see what happens. Or the ones that are not reaching out. And reaching out doesn't always mean to ask for help, right? It could also be just saying, I'm maybe also giving help. Sometimes these, bigger partners, they actually are, in need of somebody who can help them with certain things as well.
See, I think it depends who the stakeholder is. So for example, if you're in a like early stage, mid stage kind of a startup, then I think that when it comes to any category of investors, it does make a sense to create an environment of transparency, even if there is a, let's say, if you were about to raise a fund in last 6 months, in next 12 months, and you suddenly hit by Corona, I think it makes more sense to go and talk to investor, be very transparent and open about it, because I think at the end of the day, whether it's an individual investor or it's a VC, nobody wants you to die if you have a good business model, right? So I think you got to proactively communicate. As far as customers are concerned, I think it's a great opportunity to come out with some kind of a special Corona package. Like for example, you want to onboard X number of customers, clients to use your software. So this is a great opportunity for you to go and test the market and say, you know what, we want to do a beta release, or we have a special like a Corona package where we'd like to offer you 6 months free beta or something. So, but like you said, the best thing is reach out to any of the stakeholders, even employees, right? If the days are tough, have a huddle with the employees, talk to them and say, guys, these are what the challenges are. If anybody has any ideas, how do we go forward? So I think in today's world, you got to communicate as much as you can. And of course, your communication has to be tailored according to who the stakeholder is. But yeah, you got to do that. There is no like sitting back. In today's environment, things are very fast.
Looking at a portfolio of people that you're connected with, and then also managing that in the best possible way. I could not agree more. You have given some amazing input, and I really appreciate the fact that you took the time. And again, congratulations on getting through this round, and you definitely more than deserve it. So I'm very happy for you. Maybe my last question. So what's the first thing that you're going to be doing once you get out of this lockdown situation?
Oh yeah, that's really funny. Actually, there are tons of things I want to do first, but definitely something which is something I really want to do is go to the mountains for like a long weekend, go to nice restaurants with the family, go hiking without any stress or fear that somebody's wearing mask, or do I have to run like 3 meters away. So feel that like real freedom, like the way we used to feel in probably November last year, like last autumn, right? So I think one of the first things I want to do is go for 3-4 days into the mountain, eat good food in the restaurant, mingle with people, hike, without worrying about the things. I think so. But I don't know if it is happening in next couple of months or not. But I just hope that things improve quickly.
Well, I think we all hope the same, and on a global level, right? I think a lot of people are suffering right now, and we have to be definitely aware of this. And I, for once, also very much look forward to seeing you again in person. And it's always great meeting you. And
I'm sure we'll be meeting up soon.
that would be great, not only on Zoom but actually in person. Anand, thank you so much for taking the time again, and only the best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for speaking to me. It was wonderful to speak to you and catch you up with you soon.
Sounds great.
Take
Bye,
care.
Anand.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.